It's Tuesday, December 20th. I'm Vanessa Croy with KENS 5 News Now. This morning marks 1 year since Lina Keel vanished from the city's north side. And tonight, the community will gather to mark the solemn anniversary. It starts tonight at 7. An observance in Lina's memory will be held on the steps of the courthouse near the Lady Justice Fountain. The Bexar County Clerk and Eagles Flight Advocacy and Outreach will be hosting the observance starting once again at 7. Lina vanished a year ago on Monday, December 20th. She was last seen on a playground inside her apartment complex off Fredericksburg Road around 5 p.m. Later that night, an Amber Alert was issued. San Antonio police say Lina's case is still considered a missing person. Anyone with information is asked to call 210-207-7660. Right now, the reward for Lina's return sits at $250,000. And be sure to watch Marvin Hurst's Unsolved San Antonio special called One Day, the Case of Lina Keel. You can see it right now on the KENS 5 Plus streaming app or on your Roku or Amazon Fire. New this morning, a woman is shot in her own driveway and the search is on to find her attackers. It all happened just before 7 last night in Von Ormy. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says the woman was pulling into her driveway off Kings Row when 2 vehicles pulled up. A few suspects got out of the cars and started assaulting and shooting the woman. Deputies say the victim was shot in her arm and hand before the suspects took off. If you have any information, you're asked to call BCSO. Uvalde CISD is making progress on improving campus security. During last night's school board meeting, Interim Superintendent Gary Patterson shared how nearly $5 million is leading to new fencing, gates, and doors. Patterson also says Uvalde passed a surprise security audit performed by the Texas School Safety Center, except for one potentially crucial incident where someone got inside a school. An auditor gained access to a school cafeteria through a loading dock door. The city and county are continuing weather preps to gear up for the expected Arctic blast. CPS Energy says it has strengthened the resiliency of power plants. SAWS is also reminding you to protect your pipes. Also, make sure to bring in those pets from the cold or make sure they have a safe place where they can be warm. Cover your plants to make sure they're okay as well. And on Thursday, 7 warming centers will be open throughout Bexar County. So let's check in with meteorologist Paul Morales to find out exactly when this Arctic blast will hit us and how cold will it be, Paul?
Yeah, it should get here about Thursday afternoon, and by Friday morning, we'll be way down in the upper teens. I think the hill country could be as low as 12 degrees, wind chills in the single digits. It's going to get cold. Today, though, yeah, it's cool. Temperatures in the 40s this morning, high today 58, mostly cloudy skies later this afternoon, and this evening, temperatures in the 40s.
All right, Paul, thank you. Bundle up. Well, in other news this morning, for the first time in U.S. history, Congress has referred a former president to the Justice Department for possible criminal prosecution. The January 6th committee ended its 18-month-long investigation by recommending 4 charges against former President Donald Trump. The charges are obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to make a false statement, in addition to the charge of incite, assisting, or aiding or comforting insurrection. Lawmakers also made criminal referrals for several Trump associates, including his former lawyer, John Eastman. So far, the DOJ has declined to comment on the referrals. The nation's highest court says Title 42 will stay for now. The White House is expected to respond later today after the Supreme Court temporarily blocked the end of the pandemic-era immigration policy that was slated to end this week. Texas and other states are fighting to keep the policy in place because they say it helps prevent illegal immigration. All of this coming as cities along the border are bracing for a surge in migrants. In El Paso, they're under a state of emergency with most of the shelters over capacity as temperatures are dropping. And it's not just the shelters. Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez shot this video at a Border Patrol processing facility. He said it was a room meant to hold 100 people that's packed with 500.
This is the reality. This is the facts. We're not even at the worst of it yet.
The Biden administration's plan to handle the influx involves more resources to process the migrants faster, plus adding more buses to move migrants to cities like Denver and New York, and making asylum requests more difficult. Happening this morning, a warning about your cat's food. HEB is recalling some of its dry cat food over salmonella concerns. Texas Pet's indoor complete dry food was made at its Nacogdoches plant back on November 13th. H-E-B has since taken the 16-pound bags off store shelves. Now, if you bought the food recently and want to know whether it's affected by the recall, look on the back of the bag for the lot code. The second line will read MFG 13 November 22. You can find all that information on kens5.com.